Only 8 miles apart, yet two different continents. Beneath the Red Sea, history may soon be rewritten. A bridge or a tunnel? Let's find out. For thousands of years, the Red Sea has separated Asia and Africa. They are so close it feels like you could wave across, yet so far that traveling from one continent to the other requires careful planning. Today, ferries cross this route, but engineers believe it's time for something far bigger. And that idea has given birth to an ambitious mega-project, a bridge and tunnel system to connect these two continents, a project that could permanently transform the region. Millions of years ago, the Arabian landmass slowly drifted away from Africa, creating a water-filled rift we now know as the Red Sea. This sea is famous for its crystal-clear water, so clear it looks filtered even when it isn't. Its coral reefs are vibrant and alive, as if an artist poured heart and soul into every color. Now let's focus on one specific location, the Strait of Tiran. Almost every ship heading toward northern ports must pass through this narrow passage. On a clear day, you can see the opposite shore, and this narrow gap is exactly what designers want to turn into a direct road and rail link. So, what are they really planning to build? The plan is to create a continuous connection from the Sinai Peninsula to Saudi Arabia's Tabuk Post. Whether it will be a bridge, a tunnel, or a combination of both has not yet been finalized. The real challenge lies beneath the water. Near the coast, the seabed is relatively shallow, making it possible to install strong pillars. But move slightly farther out, and the seafloor suddenly drops to nearly 900 feet deep, like a steep underwater cliff. This depth makes traditional bridge pillars extremely difficult. If a bridge is built, massive steel tubes, called caissons, would be placed on the seabed. These caissons resemble giant metal buckets. Once positioned, the water inside is pumped out, creating a dry environment to build the foundation. Concrete pillars then rise from the ocean floor. Using floating cranes, road segments are installed between pillars, like pieces of a giant puzzle. This method works in shallow water, but in deep areas, strong currents, soft seabeds, and powerful waves create serious challenges. That's why a tunnel may be the solution, going beneath the problem instead of over it. Massive tunnel boring machines could be used, or pre-built submarine-style tunnel sections could be submerged and connected. This exact technology was used in the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau megalink, proving that it's possible even in deep, busy waters. From a map, 8 miles may seem trivial, but in reality, this is not like placing a log across a river. Roads and railways require long, gradual ramps. Once these ramps are added, the total length could reach nearly 20 miles. That would put this project among the world's largest bridge tunnel systems, along with structures like the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel in the US, or the King Fahd Causeway between Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. But size and depth aren't the only challenges. The climate is another major obstacle. Temperatures here can exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Concrete dries faster than planned. Steel expands in the heat, complicating precision work. And for workers, standing under direct sunlight feels like being roasted alive. On top of that, salty air accelerates corrosion. The entire structure would need heavy protection and constant maintenance. If construction begins, it would take several years. For comparison, the Øresund link between Denmark and Sweden, only 10 miles long, took about 4 years to complete in a far gentler environment. Cost is another factor. Early estimates suggest around $4 billion, and that figure is almost certainly not final. There's also a critical environmental concern: marine life. The Strait of Tiran is home to dolphins, rays, sea turtles, and even harmless reef sharks that glide through colorful coral reefs. These corals are not just beautiful, they are among the healthiest in the Red Sea. Scientists say some northern Red Sea corals can survive higher temperatures, making them extremely valuable in the age of climate change. Even a small mistake during construction could cloud the water with sediment, smothering corals like dust settling on wet paint. Noise, drilling, and heavy ship traffic can cause further damage. Corals can't move away like fish. Once damaged, recovery can take decades, if recovery is possible at all. That's why the plan must include sediment control curtains, limits to heavy machinery, and in some areas, tunnels instead of pillars. Every decision must be guided by underwater mapping. Not just engineers, but scientists and environmental monitors would need to oversee the project continuously, tracking water clarity and marine behavior. Work may need to slow down, but the reefs cannot be sacrificed. If everything is done correctly, the benefits would be enormous. Today, avoiding ferries means traveling all the way around the northern Red Sea, a journey of nearly 1,000 miles, all to bypass a body of water only a few miles wide. It's like walking around an entire block just to knock on your neighbor's door. A permanent connection would change everything. Travel would become easier. Time would be saved. Ports would gain importance. Driving from Africa to Asia could feel like crossing a regular highway. In a hybrid design, the experience would be breathtaking. You'd leave the Sinai Desert behind, climb a high ramp as the Red Sea sparkles below, enter a tunnel beneath passing ships, and emerge into sunlight on another continent. Train travel would be even smoother. Doors close, you sit back, and the train silently races beneath the sea. Before you finish scrolling social media, you'd arrive on Asian soil. For tourists, this means more resorts and weekend trips. For businesses, every saved minute means profit. For local cities, it means people, trade, and prosperity. Such a connection wouldn't just link land, it would connect economies, ports, and everyday human life. But there is one condition. This priceless underwater world must be protected.